Rachel Heaton. Please give it up for Rachel Heaton.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. That's what I wanted to hear. Wow, Nikita, you got a lot of supporters out here. I'm going to go a little old school. I still like to write my speeches and read them. So before we get started, I would like to give a little bit of perspective. As you all know, each of us in here, we all have our own gifts. As a Native American woman, an Indigenous woman, some of those gifts bestowed upon us, where some of us are storytellers, some of us are language keepers, others are hunters, fishermen, ceremony keepers, and the list goes on. I tell you this because as the Indigenous woman that is welcoming you to these lands and speaking for my ancestors of this land, I do not know the language. Although I plan to one day, I do not take this welcoming lightly, and I do this with deep respect of the teachings that I have been taught and those teachings that come from my heart and from our spirit. So while you may get some of us that are fluent in the language, great storytellers, keepers of the songs, but because of assimilation and colonization and all of the horrific things that have taken place over the last 500 years, you also get some of us, like me, whose gifts are not the language, but we have teachings and ways to show others as natives who we are. With that said, at the end of the day, we are who we are, and we should be accepted for exactly that. We all bleed the same color. We all breathe the same air. We are all human beings. Well, I'm sure that could be debated. But one more thing before I begin. Today, let's enter this space with no distinctions. Not rich or poor, weak or strong, not simple-minded or great in knowledge, commoner or chief, uneducated or adept in wisdom. Today, we are all equal, and we are all here because of Creator. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Heaton. I am the daughter of Raleigh Heaton and Catherine Arquette. On my mother's side, I am Native American, Muckleshoot, Duwamish, and many of the other tribes that surround the Puget Sound area. On my father's side, I am white. I am an enrolled Muckleshoot tribal member and descendant of the Duwamish people. I come from the Siddle family. My family is renowned basket weavers of this area, and my ancestors were the first occupiers of this land before it was known as the city of Seattle. Today, I ask that we take a moment to acknowledge this land, to acknowledge those before us, and by this acknowledgement, we pay respects to this land and we pay respects to the original people of this land. So I ask that we take that moment of silence. Thank you. There is a theory of existence among Native people. It says everything on earth has a purpose. Every disease, an herb to cure, and every person a mission. It is also reiterated throughout history that the destiny of the world depends on women. Throughout history, women have been a beacon of knowledge to my people and to all people. Women are the wisdom keepers and givers of life. And I don't mean just in the form of bearing children. We give life to hope in others. We give life to new ideas. We give life to that fire inside of each of us. And we give life to living. It has been 91 years since a woman gave life to this city. Nikita, with the launch of this campaign, that's changing. And a part of her mission is to be mayor of this city. I would like to do a small presentation. For one, to honor this land and my ancestors of this land, to honor all of our relatives, to honor the work that our sister and her team are doing, that they will be doing, and for everything beyond, and to honor each of you. In my culture, giving is glorified. It is actually one of our best teachings. We believe that things are less important than people. Our pride comes from honoring our relatives and our ancestors rather than amassing goods for oneself. Sorry about that.
Good.
So today, we gift my sister with a bundle. So if I could have Nikita come out here, I would like to present this to her, and I will give an explanation of this bundle. Today, we gift my sister with this bundle. May it bring you strength to your prayers. May it bring you strength in your time of need. May it be with you for as long as you need it, when you need it, and until you decide to honor another. In this bundle, there is cedar to drive away the bad spirits and to keep harm away from you. There's water, many wichoni. Water is life. For cleansing. Lavender to help calm your spirit. Rock to keep you grounded to Mother Earth. Sage to say and to send your prayers out for cleansing away bad spirits. In our way, you did not have to go to church and pray. You could pray anytime, and everything you need is right here on Mother Earth. With that said, my prayers are with you and with this bundle that we give to my sister today. If we could, we would like to sing you a song. We are going to do a women's song. And once we're done with the song, I'm just going to say a couple of words, and then we'll get going with this program. The song that my sisters are going to present, my sister Patty up here, my sister Roxanne, it's a women's song. It's a women's warrior song to honor our missing and murdered Indigenous women, to honor all women, to honor our elder women, our warrior women, our abused women, and our women doing all of this work to help our communities better. So if we could, I would like to sing this song, and if I could ask everyone to please stand. We're only gonna do 4 rounds of this song, and please feel free, if you pick it up, you're more than welcome to join. Once we're done, I'll say a couple of words and we'll get this program going. woman. We thank you because you support this woman that has showed up for social justice, that has showed up to be accountable and to lead with conviction. And because you decided that you wanted a humanitarian and a creative problem solver in your city's mayor's seat. I thank you all for choosing someone strong in character, someone who faces life with honorable truth, someone with strong will. Thank you, Nikita Oliver, woman of the people. Our Seattle is your city. Aho.
More noise than that. My name is Ivo. I'm a transgender Black and Filipino spoken word poet and artist. And go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm not going to speak.
I'm Ijoma Olua. I'm the most annoying Black woman on Twitter right now. Please ensure that there is room at the front of the chairs for people who need them. And if you are hearing impaired, we do have translators up here in the front, my right of the stage.
All right, excellent. Did y'all get that?
Yeah.
Make some noise if you got that. All right, so we're going to jump right in, is that right?
Sounds good.
We're going to jump right in. Right now, you're going to see Taloke Nawake Kalayo Lotili, the Salinas family from Mexico City. Please give it up. if you are able, please come through and come closer. Come closer to me. Come closer to me. Thank you so much. It's like an ocean wave. I love it. Keep coming. If you can. Oh yeah, yes. With a little skirt on. Yes, come closer. I love it so much. It's great. Thank you very much. You followed directions very well. I appreciate that about you. Thank you. All right. So y'all ready for the next couple of folks out here? All right. I would like you to give it up for Anna Walker and Carlin Newhouse. They're two youth that y'all are familiar with.
So Nikita asked us to say a few words about why she would make a good public servant. So here you go. One of the reasons I think she'd make a great public servant is because when she's having a conversation with someone, she really listens to understand. She's not listening to reply. So I think that makes conversations much more enriching, and that's what we need in a politician. And a little bit odd for me to talk about her potentially being a public servant, because I already feel like she is a public servant. She's a legal observer, she's a lawyer, a teacher, a poet, just a community organizer. And despite the many hats that she wears, she always stays genuine. So you're not going to see her saying something in front of the public and then going behind doors and saying something else. You know, she walks her talk, and her values follow her wherever she goes. So she stays very consistent in that. And the last thing I'd say about her, one of the things she says very frequently is justice is just us being just us. So that really speaks to how she is as a leader. She's not just going to be up in front of people talking, you know. The community leads together. She's not leading by herself. She's really pulling everyone in with her. And I think that's really what we need as a leader, because this is our Seattle.
Another thing I'd say about Nikita is that she constantly shows up for folks. And as we all know, she's a boss. She's the only person I know who can balance being a lawyer, artist, boxer, community organizer, activist, mentor, and run for mayor. She works hard in everything she's committed to. She balances stress and expectations with multiple communities. So in a way, she's been preparing for this her whole life. She's committed to the cause, the community, and the people she calls family. She coached our Youth Speak Slam team last year, and I had the honor of getting to grow even closer to her. She's unapologetically Black, youthful, and powerful. She's about the people, those of us most marginalized. Nikita shows folks around the city what it means to be powerful, intersectional, and humble. So many people know her as a public figure, but I am blessed to know her personally. She treats me like her younger sister, and I am proud to call her my family. Over the past few years of knowing her, I can tell you that the Nikita you see on stage is the same Nikita off stage and in the streets. She's real, in City Hall and when she's in other people's classrooms. She's unafraid to speak her mind and do what's right. We need a mayor like that. More inclusive and beautifully diverse.
Nikita to be mayor, please register to vote.
Say that.
80% in the national elections, only 80% of potential voters registered and actually voted. That's 20% of the national population that's not registered. And when it comes down to local elections, that number drops down to 40%. And people of color having the lowest number of registered voters. So, y'all, we have the power, and we have the people power. Look at this room. So, please register and vote for her, because we can do this. Thank you.
Sorry, that was me.
We're not going to have a bunch of fancy celebrities here. Although I did dress up for you, you're welcome. What we got here is Seattle. A lot of people talk about the Seattle freeze. They say all this stuff about us, that we're cold, that we're disconnected, but this is the Seattle I know. If this is the Seattle you know, we have the chance to make this the Seattle of record. Our next performer has been hailed as one of the coldest hip-hop lyricists from the 206 in a long time. Her genre is described as morbid, emotional prayer. Let's have an enthusiastic celebration for Do No More!
For the opportunity to maybe have Nikita Oliver as our mayor. That's the next level. I think we're all just excited to help her help us. So I'm going to do a song for you guys. I hope you guys like it. For myself someday, if only so my mother doesn't cry no tears. I have everything I thought I lost that night. I couldn't give it back, it didn't cost that high. They told me that I was a snake, was true. My skin is looking black, my ego bright blue. I know this is the title, something in my heart, something that the world tried to push down too far. Now I find it and I'll never let it go. My heart, my soul, that's how she ever talks about. Who neither you don't want to have to not find out. Okay, I'll show you what it's like stressed out. No crying, but you kinda wish you would sometimes. Don't say that my mother march on, march on. Everybody need a step front, and I'ma be the only one to take a step back right now. I bet on everybody think I'm whack right now. We go slave sheep, things up on that mic, not allowed. Hard to remember that they give me a couple guns. Much to be thankful for, but I don't have a hometown name. I don't really know what's next. Which memories to save, and will you make them my bet? We both have a dream to live a real big life. No shit, there's few and never ending kind of heights to live. I'm not kidding, I think everybody is deep now. I love everybody still deep down. I think I'm projecting a little right now. Okay, I'll show you what it's like tight down. No crying, but you kinda wish you would sometimes. Don't say that. My sister that would have her life on great days. I think I want a different life. But don't pray that the negativity lives on. Girl, say that. You never once was wrong. Your word, your sign. Just trust and march on, march on. And everybody needs a step front. And never be the only one to take a step back right now. I bet on everybody think I'm whack right now. We go stay sheep, please, I wanna write some out. And everybody need a step front. And never be the only one to take a step back right now. I bet on everybody think I'm whack right now. step front. And I would be the only one to take a step back right now. And bet on everybody think I'm whack right now. We gon' slay cheap things up on the mic somehow.
But they can stand them, they just talk. They want to flock. Some acting different when they talk. Act like a drunk. That's who normal, hey, that's your hockey. We think y'all blank. Come right with us, gonna take a bite. They think they're science. They listen to it for the longest. That's why we make it big. Now let me get back to the subject. We try to be honest, but we're hard like comics. We're hard like comics when we shoot, we march on, march on. And everybody need a step front. And never be the only one to take a step back right now. I bet on everybody we can whack right now. We gon' stay cheap, things up on the mic somehow. And everybody need a step front. And never be the only one to take a step back right now. I bet on everybody we can whack right now. We gon' stay cheap, things up on the
I invited y'all to come up, but could y'all move back just a little bit? I just get instructions and I'm told to say them. So it's not me that you're mad at, is what I'm saying. Oh, there it is. Nick, give it up for Nikki. Blame Nikki. All right. Love that. Also, give it up for our DJ Riff Raff. All right, are y'all ready for the next performance? All right, because like 3 of you were celebrating that. So like, are y'all ready for the next performance? I was just kidding. I got one more thing to say before we do that. I was just kidding. So when we reach maximum capacity, if you look around, that's very soon. All right? So just so y'all know, they're going to be doing a live feed of this here launch party at the station on Beacon Hill. So if you feel, shout out to the station in Beacon Hill. So if you feel like maybe your elbows need to breathe, you can go to the station and enjoy watching the launch party from there. All right, so right now we're gonna have the Northwest Tap Connection. They blend ferociously beautiful tradition of tap dancing and hip hop with a huge dose of social justice. This is an act you won't want to miss. Please enjoy.
laureate. She is already the proud published author of the poetry book, Outweigh the Gravity. And as a writer, I'm trying not to have feelings about that right now. But y'all should support her and find her after this to get your own copy of her amazing work. Her poetry career kicked off when she won the spoken word contest at the age of 12. Give it up for lots of fun!
I'm a black woman, scared to raise daughters and sons with a body full of slugs. I said I wouldn't be numb, but this seems incessant. Who's next on this hit list of genocide? Too many picket signs, too many simplified to hashtags and headlines. I'm a black woman, scared to raise daughters and sons with a body full of slugs. I'm a black woman, scared to raise daughters and sons who don't know that they are loved. Hello, everybody. My name is Laisha Farr. Like she said, I am the first Seattle Youth Poet Laureate. Very nice to see all these people here today in support of Nikita. We're going to keep supporting her. We're going to keep coming in audiences like this and be behind her. So this is very nice. I'm going to do 2 poems today, so please enjoy. This first poem is entitled Golden Sky. The sunrise reminds me of the half-braided head of a black girl. Reminds me of all the solid gold we carry underneath our tongues. Partially undone twist-outs, black girls are all sun. I think about all the black girls in DC missing, and I notice the sunrise hasn't been the same. The spine of another day doesn't glow, doesn't stretch its body across the canvas of the world. Earth is a black girl. She has big lips and bantu knots, and she has been weeping. Her skin quakes and pours incessant rainfall. She lifts every black girl on her back and wonders why society doesn't do the same. Why do they forget us? Where is the Amber Alert when our magic is misplaced? Where is the headline? Where is the picket sign? Why haven't you noticed the sunrise is changing? Why isn't there screams when the soil does not settle beneath our feet? Where is your tally, America? Is my name, my melanin too unholy for your billboard? Look to the sky. The sky is bleeding. Black girls are bleeding. Do you see it? Thank you. About black women. I think that in our society, black women are often disrespected, often not seen as who they are, which is beautiful, which is gold, as I said, which is magical. And we have to start appreciating black women, especially if we want Nikita in office. We have to start appreciating black women. Untitled, but yeah. When I die, scatter my ashes over the autobiography of Assata Shakur. Let the remnants of my body become bookmarks in the pages. Unravel my jar of ash onto the beauty of her skin, the stanzas of her melanin. Let my ash dance around the battles. Let me stain each chapter, each word. Let me feel her when her boom was simplified to a whisper. Assata, You have been escaping the bounty. You have poetry packaged in the envelopes of your mind. Some may never know this. They will not convince me you are a terrorist. I prefer the pebbles of my body to lay along the creases, to sink into the ink, to consume the words of a woman who has a war forever scattered behind her. Where do they scatter the black girls whose bodies they gentrified? Do they leave the remains on your front steps? You think I can't tell you stole that crown? Think I can't see that blood coming from your fingers? You gutted that black girl at sunrise. Emptied her of her magic. Who do you think you are? How do you play God with the megaphones of our souls? Why do you bury us while we are still living? I live. No matter how many times you try to rip the Angela Davis out of my stomach, I live through your dissection. Live from you taking our style and sweeping us under the rug. I know what it's like to be a black girl drowning in this world. Know what it feels like when they downplay the gold of our skin. I've seen black girls denied of their body, their galaxy, standing in the front of the protest with the weight of the universe on her shoulders. But I know black women have a way of surviving, have a way of healing, have a way of holding black boys till the bullets miss them. How do you call us animals? Because I roar? I carry my brown soul in my throat, carry a whirlwind of black beauty lost in the streets. Why wouldn't I scream? Why wouldn't I bleed? Why wouldn't my womb cry? We love more than we can hold, but we love, we never hate, even when the skin is being ripped from us, when our back is bent and they try to leash us, when they remix our existence onto another face, knowing what it feels like to be robbed of stardust. We still love. All this weight heavy on our back. Thank you.
We use hashtags. So if you are going to talk about this launch party or any events regarding Nikita Oliver for mayor, you can use hashtag Seattle Leads or hashtag Nikita Oliver for mayor. The whole word, F-O-R, for mayor. Everybody got that? All right, for mayor. Nikita Oliver for mayor. No. It's the number 4? Okay, well then I was wrong. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I got backup, y'all. Give it up for my backup, please. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So now, Tuesday Velasco was born as a 1980s baby in the beautiful islands of Hawaii. Surrounded by all genres from reggae to hip-hop to R&B, soul, blues, folk, and island Hawaiian music, her style is diverse and versatile. Y'all give it up for Tuesday Velasco.
Use the mic.
I was like, wow, okay, I see. Okay.
Tuesday, your mic is behind the DJ for the guitar.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there's a song that a dear friend of mine wrote called the Hand Song. It's just a very simple analogy of how we stay fighting it. We need to stay united. So in this video, then
temper tantrum from some angry little boys. Because I really ain't that big of a deal. So chill. Right hand and left hand, they refuse to play. And though I did my best, they both went to their pockets to stay. I couldn't coax them to do more than make this. I woke up one night and curled up tight and my claw went at his wrist like don't you know? Hey. Went to the doctor, said I don't know what's wrong. It seems my own two thumbs are having problems getting along. Doc said, don't worry, I think I understand. It takes more, perhaps, to learn to clap than just slapping your hands. Brothers and sisters, won't you please gather round? It's time to raise up our voice and start making some sound. Respect each rhythm even more than your own. You don't need to be right. You don't need to be left alone. You need to know. No, woman, not the book, and no, 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 not the book, but you know, really ain't a big of a deal. I want to be next to you, my God. You're black and gold, you're black and gold, yes, you're black and gold. Nikita, I said, you're not really hit that, and then the stars don't even matter. And when I'm through the top, with this top, the system top, we got it all the way down. If you're You're black and gold,
applause for that amazing performance. Now, if y'all want to take a little bit of this home with you, a little bit of this spirit, let people know what they missed, you can get all your buttons and everything that lets the world know that we are making a new Seattle on your way out, but don't leave yet. I'm just saying that now so I don't forget. Cheryl Villastrinos and Angel Alvia Langley are Filipino Americans from Seattle. As the artistic director of AU Collective, Cheryl Villastrinos, with collective members such as Angel, focus on presenting artists of color, queer artists, and women at the forefront of their work. I'm very excited to see Villastrinos here as a dance educator in the Seattle area who is passionate about creating an environment for youth to be empowered to be their whole selves. Get ready for an amazing performance from Cheryl Villastrinos and Angel Alvia Langley.
how you feel about that. Okay? You good? Okay. I'm just going to...
Sure you get your hat.
All right. All right, cool. All right. How y'all feeling? It's all right. Yeah.
Folks, we came out here tonight to elect Nikita Oliver as our next mayor. We want your support because we believe that our city, I don't know why this is happening.
Maybe come closer to me. Come closer. Come over here. Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, so, folks, we came out tonight to elect Nikita Oliver as our next mayor. We want your support because we believe that our city is your Seattle. Do you believe that all families deserve a living wage and great schools? Do you believe that having a home should be everyone's right?
Do you believe that gentrification can be stopped? Do you believe that trans lives matter? Do you believe that black lives matter? Give to the campaign and tell your friends and loved ones to do the same. You can follow Nikita on Twitter at Nikita Oliver or at KO Nikita. And we're looking to get to $25,000, so please give if you can. Please register to vote. Y'all got that? Are y'all registered to vote? All right, let's do this. Thank you so much. All right, are y'all ready for the next situation that's about to happen on this stage? All right. In 2013 and 2015, Keshama Sawant was elected to the Seattle City Council as a leader in the movement for a $15 an hour minimum wage. As a socialist and activist, she ran independent of the Democratic establishment, took no money from business, and she only takes the average worker's wage, donating the rest of her six-figure salary to social movements. She has fought for rent control, affordable housing, and other tenants' rights, taxing the rich to fund social services, and divesting from Wells Fargo and the Dakota Access Pipeline. She was the only elected official to vote against the new youth jail, and she supported the movement to block the bunker and build 1,000 affordable homes instead. Seattle, give it up for Keshama Sawant.
Sisters and brothers, I'm so honored and inspired to have the opportunity to stand with you all today to help launch Nikita Oliver's inspiring campaign for Mayor of Seattle. I'm thrilled to help launch this independent challenge to Mayor, Democratic Mayor, corporate politician Ed Murray, and also a challenge, an independent challenge to Seattle's corporate political establishment. This energy and enthusiasm, wow. This huge turnout. This is yet another demonstration for us that millions of people, especially younger people, are rising up and demanding a real fighting left alternative to the corrupt corporate establishment that dominates our society. And now, with the ascendancy of Donald Trump, I knew I was going to get some reaction. Right-wing, racist, misogynist bigots who boast about sexual violence. With the ascendancy of Trump to the White House, sisters and brothers, the urgency to build a left alternative is even greater now. Seattle's mayoral race and the city council races this year have been transformed by Trump's wave of attacks on workers, immigrants, women, people of color, and the environment. The majority of Seattle is demanding City Hall lead the way in making our city a center of resistance to Trump's attacks. Neighbors, a real sanctuary against Trump and his billionaire backers, for workers, black and brown people, women, the LGBTQ community, our trans community members, and for protecting the environment. Mayor Murray has made national headlines for saying that Seattle will maintain its sanctuary city status and not back down against Trump's threat to cut federal funding. And we should welcome every positive steps that are taken. But let us be clear, the small steps that Murray and other Democratic politicians that have taken, and also the Democratic mayors in other cities have taken, are far from enough. As long as ICE agents can continue to knock on the doors of our immigrant neighborhoods. And as long as they can tear our families apart. It is far from enough as long as women lack access to affordable and safe reproductive care. As long as our schools and services remain underfunded, or when the big real estate backers of this developer-in-chief can continue to gentrify Seattle and price working people and people of color out of their homes. Our movement refuses to accept this very, very limited vision for what's possible. We say, imagine what would happen if we had a city leadership prepared to use all the resources at their disposal to stand up to Trump and his billionaire backers. To mobilize the collective power of working people in Seattle to fight back. When ICE agents come into our communities, the mayor should use the city's emergency response network to urge mass peaceful blockades by ordinary working people. What has the mayor done? He has sent Seattle police to repress peaceful protests, as he did when we occupied SeaTac Airport in our peaceful shutdown against the Muslim travel ban. We need a city leadership that will meet Trump's cuts to education, social services, and environmental protection by raising taxes on the rich and big business. We need a city leadership who, instead of trying to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on new and fancy police bunkers and new jails, helps mobilize Seattle to dismantle the racist mass incarceration system and the militarization. We want a mayor who will join me in the call for an elected civilian oversight board with full powers over the police. Including their budgets, training, and policies. We want a mayor who understands that fighting racism does not mean uttering platitudes on MLK Day. Fighting big developer interests that are gentrifying Seattle and our central district. But that would mean we would need a mayor who does not take a penny from big developers. We need a mayor who will understand that fighting racism means fighting for rent control. For a massive affordable housing initiative. And we need a mayor who has the courage to point out the obscenity of having two of the world's richest people in our area, but we have expanding homelessness. To tax the rich because I am not beholden to the rich. We need a mayor who understands the realities of a digital divide that affects black and brown young people and poor people, and who has the courage to fight for municipal broadband in Seattle. Only by electing a mayor who does not take money from Comcast. We need a mayor who will fight with our movement to create living wage, unionized public sector jobs for young people. And sisters and brothers, we want a mayor who will build power from below, and who will understand that capitalism as a system has failed us. And that every struggle for reform, as hard as it will be, because big business will fight us tooth and nail, but as hard as it will be, the struggle for reforms must be linked to a wider struggle for a fundamental transformation of our society towards a world that is free of all oppression. We need elected leaders, sisters and brothers, who stand 100% on the side of working people in oppressed communities, not when it is convenient for them. And you can't have that until and unless you have a campaign that absolutely refuses to take contributions from big business, from corporate executives, and that is why I am so happy to see Nikita, a real movement leader, announce her mayoral campaign. Saying that she won't take a dime of corporate money and that she will run independent of the corporate-backed Democratic Party. In this room tonight, I can feel the power of our social movements. But sisters and brothers, we must also be clear-headed about the power of the corporate political establishment that we are taking on. Mayor Murray has already raised, I think, over $300,000, and if needed, business and establishment donors will not hesitate to hand them $1 million or more to defend their control of City Hall. So what are we going to do? Let's learn from our past. In 2015, when I ran for re-election, the city establishment threw everything they could against me and in favor of my corporate opponent. They put nearly $500,000 of corporate money in the District 3 Council race, breaking all previous records. How did we counter that? We countered that with a people power campaign, knocking on over 95,000 doors, making over 200,000 phone calls, going toe-to-toe on fundraising and raising nearly $500,000 of working people's donations. We matched every maxed-out executive donation to our opponent with 10 small donations from our working class supporters. And in John Grant's race against Council President, the then Council President Tim Burgess, in that same year, Tim Burgess, as you all know, I'm sure if you don't, then here's an important fact. Tim Burgess is the poster child for business interests in our city. But in John Grant's race against Tim Burgess, John was outspent 7-1 by Burgess, and still John got 46% of the vote. That was accomplished by empowering working people to fight for those interests. And now it seems that 46% that John Grant won has convinced Burgess to go into early retirement this year. And the reality is, with real social movement campaigns where real empowerment and organizing and experience is built, we can change the debate in this city whether or not we win every single race that we run, because even when our movement representatives win a seat, as I did, we will be isolated and marginalized and powerless in our elected office unless we build an organized movement on the ground, because that is where our real power lies. Not because all the politicians in the cities, they said, oh, this sounds like the correct thing to do. Show me where to sign. I want to share a story with you that some of you may already have heard. Just weeks after I was elected, in 2014, 2 council members came into my office, sat me down, and said, it was great, you did all this rabble-rousing and you somehow managed to get elected, but we're here to inform you that your agenda is not going to work here. We're not going to let you win 15. And less than 6 months later, we had won $15 an hour. itself to the confines of what is acceptable to the corporate establishment. And that is the strategy we have needed to use in order to win every victory that we have won so far for renters' rights. The Carl Hagelin law against slumlords, the legislation that we won last November to cap move-in fees for renters, the Wells Fargo divestment. The Wells Fargo divestment bill sat in Tim Burgess's committee for 2 months. And the only reason it saw the light of day was because we kept building the movement on the streets in Seattle. And that nationwide, working people, young people went into a revolt against Trump. And suddenly, it looked really bad for the city's establishment to say they were anti-Trump and then support the Dakota Access Pipeline. And that is what we're going to need tomorrow, sisters and brothers, tomorrow. We're going to bring back our resolution for the divestment of the city from the Keystone XL pipeline. Socialist Alternative, my organization, and I warmly welcome Nikita's decision to run as a People's Party candidate, alongside John Grant's decision to break from the Democratic Party and run for City Council as a Democratic Socialist. John and Nikita's campaigns, alongside the ongoing work that our movement and Socialist Alternative have been doing, alongside this powerful work that has been happening, I am confident we can blaze a path for independent left politics in Seattle and use these campaigns to begin building a fight back, a deeper and broader fight back against racism, sexism, discrimination against LGBTQ people, and begin to make Seattle the center of resistance against Trump, the billionaire class, and against capitalism.
done. We have cities all over the country right now wondering how they launch an effective resistance, and we do it by elevating the people who have been in here day in and day out doing the work long before a lot of people realized that this was a problem we needed to take seriously. Nikita is one of those people. So seriously, y'all, SeattlePeoplesParty.com, like you can do it. I know y'all have your phones. You can just take it out, donate. I would love it. I would love you. In fact, we're going to take a minute. And we're going to do that. It would be really nice. Nobody will be rude. You can get your phone out right now. And if you go to SeattlePeoplesParty.com and you look in the upper right-hand corner on the mobile site, click on it. The link to donate is right there. And Nikita's updated platform is there as well, so when you get home, you can read through it, send it out, get your friends and neighbors and family members excited about this campaign. Look at this, you guys. We are so packed. We are all sweating. We are getting so close together because we are excited about this. And we have to keep it up. That means we have to fund it. All right. Moving on. I'm excited to announce this 17-year-old senior at Auburn Mountain View High School. She is active in cheer, leadership, swim, track and field, and gymnastics. She also started the first Black History Month committee at her high school. And on top of all of that, she is a very talented singer who's classically trained and has been singing since she is 3 years old. And I am incredibly excited to hear her today. Everybody, let's give a warm welcome to Jaza Duham.
I'm so thankful to be here. I love seeing how diverse our community is, and just the love in the room. I can feel it. So, as she was mentioning, I'm 17 years old. Yeah, so I am just thankful for the opportunity again to be up here and to represent Nikita and just the youth also. Yes, I'm going to be singing O Del Mio Dolce a Voi. Classical song. It'll be in Italian, you won't be able to understand.
Oh
because you know I'm a writer, so I can't just like read what all these words that other people wrote for me. This talent that we're seeing here today, the diversity of talent, the passion we are seeing here today, that grows in the community that we have to invest in. And that is what we are doing. If you believe in a Seattle that is diverse, that is not just accepting, that is welcoming of all of its talents, I want to see more amazing young people like we just saw right now, contributing magic to this world. You will support Nikita. Now, speaking of Nikita Oliver, I think it is time to introduce her. You might want to know, because she is a talented lawyer, activist, community organizer, educator, poet, and teaching artist. She holds a Master's of Education and a Juris Doctorate from the University of Washington. Nikita has won the Seattle Office of Civil Rights Human Rights Leader Award in 2015. She is writer-in-residence at Washington Middle School and teaches with Creative Justice, one of the nation's leading youth programs that focuses on restorative justice. That's alternatives to incarceration. And if all that wasn't enough, Nikita is also the 2014 Seattle Poetry Slam Grand Slam champion. She has shared the stage with Cornel West and Chuck D of Public Enemy and has been featured on the Late Night Show with Stephen Colbert. And most importantly, Nikita Oliver wants you to register to vote and to choose her as your candidate for the mayor of Seattle.
All right. So before I begin on this whole thing, all right, so if y'all have $5, I would like you to put $5 to Nikita. All right? So I've got $5. All right, okay. So I have $5, and I'd like to put $5 towards Nikita Oliver's campaign. All right. So if you have $5, please visit that table in the back. Thank you so much for coming and get it from me. Appreciate it. Thank you, Nikki. $5 already towards the campaign. Look how easy that was. All right. So if you have $5, please do. You can also visit SeattlePeoplesParty.com and donate on the website. All right, so here's what's about to happen. Nikita's gonna come out here soon. But wait. Are you ready? Because in a moment, we're gonna have to share the official campaign launch video, but we really need you to be ready to welcome Nikita Oliver to the stage after the video. All right, so we're not gonna come back and introduce Nikita. The video's gonna be over and then it's up to you. All right? We're just gonna go back and have some chips and maybe watch the video too. Okay? Is that cool with y'all? There are lots of chips back there. Just thought y'all should know. All right. Okay, so we're gonna have to make some noise here, or whichever way you feel like you can celebrate, all right? You're able to celebrate. Nikki will be coming on right after the video, so we're gonna practice, all right? So, I'm just gonna pretend, I know I'm not the amazing, phenomenal, wondrousness of Nikita, but Nikita's gonna come out from over here, and then y'all are gonna do what? I'm gonna need just a little bit better, all right? Just a little bit. I think you're beautiful and great, and you're wonderful. You're fantastic. You look good. That's a great hat you have going on there, and yeah, that's you. Yes, but just a little bit more, okay? I need all the enthusiasm. So I'm gonna do it again. Y'all are gonna do it, all right? Here we go. Lift you all okay?
It looks like a city where everyone has access to housing who wants it. A city where we have equitable education across the board, where there is no divide between North End and South End in terms of resources. It looks like a city where you are not living in fear of a police force, where you're not having to constantly shut down city council or lobby your representatives just to get what's right. It looks like a city that is not only responsive to the needs of people of the city, but listens to them and accesses their collective brilliance when it comes to building legislation and making decisions, understanding that the people of the city probably actually know more about what they need than what those who find themselves in political positions know.
Today we mobilize the Muslim, the Native, the refugee, the immigrant, the incarcerated and formerly incarcerated, the trans, the queer, the black and brown people, the youth, to demand the government address itself to the problems that persist today.
I think it's both a critique of Seattle's act, but I also think it's an opportunity for people who are really hungry for a vision that is about health, and is about equity, and is truly about justice.
I've heard so many powerful things about Nikita's integrity, her leadership, and I'm excited that you are excited that she is running for mayor, and so she can win, right? She can. A lot of the changes that we need to see is going to start in Seattle. I don't know if you know about Nikita Oliver. She's going to bring integrity. She'll be an amazing leader in this city. Those are the things that it would take to see change happen.
And she always had a heart for serve. She believes that you are here to serve others.
My mom was the sort of person who, if she met someone who was in need, she would always stop. I think that's always just set me up to see people in that way, that if someone needs something, you stop and you take care of that. And while it's not the applause that makes me excited, it is that folks are excited. They're feeling motivated and they're feeling seen. And to feel seen and acknowledged is a really incredibly powerful feeling that I think moves people to take actions they would not otherwise take on behalf of themselves, but also on behalf of people that they love and care about.
really honored to be here with y'all. I'm really honored that some of y'all stood outside for a really long time. I want to thank our sound person, Gabriel Teodros, for putting up with all these changes, our stage managers, the incredible team, Rita, who had us down on details. If you're a part of the People's Party team and you're in the room, can you just raise your hand, please? Raise it high, because they need to know. Please give it up for these folks who've been holding us down. This whole thing would be impossible without them, but it'd be even more impossible without you, so give yourselves a round of applause. So I love it when people tell me that something is impossible. And in a lot of ways, this whole thing to a lot of people seems impossible. When I tell people I'm running for mayor, they always go, "Oh, isn't Murray running?" And I just smile, yeah. Yeah. I love the impossible because it gives me hope that there's something more, that there's something greater than what we've already currently imagined that we can continue to achieve. It means we haven't reached the ceiling yet of our potential, and that's inspiring. Hope, and y'all know I'm a poet, so I'm gonna pontificate a little like a poet. I love y'all. Hope is a seed. And seeds are these incredible, powerful, tiny little pieces of life that are usually buried very deep in the ground, often in wet, murky places that a lot of us would not like to go. Yet when a seed has received enough and it's well cared for, even in hard places, it'll break through, it'll open up the ground, it'll push toward the surface, and it'll get to the light where it can grow. Hope grows. And each time we've received enough, each time we have what we need, each time we have what we deserve, what's our basic right, it's my belief that we continue to grow our hope. And I believe that collectively here in Seattle, we are a seed. We are a seed of hope, that we will continue to grow. We live in a day and age when we are convinced that there's not enough. We're living in one of the most wealthy cities in the United States, if not the world, and we know there's enough. We see it every day. It's growing around us every day. And it's my belief and the belief of the People's Party that it's time that we change the narrative of scarcity to knowing that there's enough if only we were willing to share it collectively. Seattle is facing a housing and homelessness crisis that is of immense proportions, but I do not believe it's unsolvable. In 2015, Mayor Murray declared a state of emergency, and yet since then we haven't seen much done. There are thousands of people living unsheltered, hundreds of them are children. They're being swept, traumatized, and little by little, what little bit of stability they can find continues to be chipped away from them, taken away from them. And in one of the wealthiest cities in the United States, there's no excuse for this. People in our city are being pushed out by skyrocketing rents and unaccountable development. Housing is a human right. Having someplace to live is a human right. Requires immediate and effective response to get people sheltered and to ensure that long-standing residents of our city are not pushed out, that you have the right to stay put in the city you called home. And while encampments have served as mitigation, they are not a long-term policy solution. We need housing first, access to 24/7 shelters, a navigation center that's placed in a neighborhood that wants it there, that's had conversation and invited it there. We need permanent housing which provides the best possible wraparound and human services available to aid people and when they are ready to find stability and get off the streets. And I commit to work proactively towards that end. Seattle has economically vulnerable citizens of all colors, and we need to help them have the ability to stay put and to stay healthy in this city. We have the resources to do it. We can do this by making sure affordable housing moves in lockstep with development. We must stop giving developers a free ride. We must expect and demand that they invest in our communities, invest in the city that they say they want to be a part of, because to be a part of something, you invest in it. And we need to employ every single tool possible to fight against displacement. If we truly desire to be a proactive city that is challenging the economic apartheid we're seeing, we will fight back affirmatively and aggressively, and we will push for rent control. For a while now, and it's not too late, but we have to counteract the displacement of marginalized and vulnerable populations, including our seniors. We have to take care of our elders. We have to fight against neighborhoods becoming museums that the people who call it home can no longer live there, can no longer really even safely visit there because the people who have moved into the neighborhood view them as a threat. We have to stop that. We need and we deserve smart, equitable development and strategic urban planning. The burden of zoning changes and density has been isolated to particular neighborhoods, and it's those that have mostly been historically marginalized in our city. We engage in the Seattle process time and time again, but the same voices are always left out of the conversation. If we are to do urban planning and development well, all impacted peoples must be included equitably, must be included in a meaningful way that our input is included in what development looks like in the city. As much as we are pro-density and fight for density, we must be anti-displacement. We have to do both of those well. For the sake of our city and the environment, and the residents who depend day in and day out on our public transportation, we must also ensure that our transit system keeps up with development and that transit remains affordable. What good is it if we build up our city and people cannot get around? And as our city expands, as there are more brilliant young people in our city, more families, our education system needs to be quality. It needs to be accessible. It needs to fight against disproportionality and school exclusion. Education is often viewed as the great equalizer, but for too many young people, that promise rings hollow, especially for students of color and cash poor students. Education in Seattle must be a place for all young people to realize their potential, to problem solve, and to actively engage in their communities and their culture. Low-income youth and youth of color are more likely to be funneled into the school-to-prison pipeline and less likely to be placed on college-bound tracks and less likely to graduate with the tools they need to succeed. We have a school district that has a $74 million deficit. The students that will first be most impacted are low-income students of color, the students who can least be able to take that kind of hard hit. We need to ensure that our school district has the financial support and capacity that it needs, not only to support the teachers and staff that are there now, but to expand. We need to ensure our school district serves our young people. control of schools. There should not be. There's a reason why that separation exists. But what we are saying is our city must invest resources in ensuring that our schools are healthy. Because when our schools are healthy, our city is healthy. And that's important. We need to transform the criminal legal system and continue to work on police reform. We cannot arrest our way out of unaddressed social problems. We cannot imprison our way out of the trauma that the criminal and justice system has created. In fact, we must restore our way out of it. We must move towards restorative justice principles. We must move towards accountability and rehabilitation and away from retribution and punishment in order to create truly safe and healthy communities. We must transform the presence and the role of law enforcement in our communities. When we talk about community-based policing, this cannot be determined by politicians. What community-based policing looks like has to be determined by the communities most impacted by policing. And while we may have made strides in the right direction, this sort of transformation has taken too long. It hasn't been quick enough. We saw the attack on Jesse Hagopian and the murder of Che Taylor. Those things should not be happening here. So we must pursue a robust version of legislation, such as what's currently before the City Council, that includes an expanded and permanent politically independent community policing commission that has teeth, that has the ability to affect change. As mayor, if we were to say we would not, take a recommendation of the Community Policing Commission, we need to give public comment. We need to accept public criticism. We need to give our reasons for why and be accountable to the communities that impacts. For that reason, we also need the Office of Professional Accountability to have civilian oversight. Police officers investigating police officers on issues of accountability. Seattle officers must be held to a higher standard of accountability. If they are to hold everyday citizens to following the law, they too must follow the law. They should be expected to follow it at a higher level of accountability. We also must continue the pursuit of zero detention of youth. Safety issue. We are dealing with a broken system, not broken children. Traumatizes them. It is a statistically ineffective, outdated tool, and we cannot double down on a broken system. If we're going to be truly progressive, we need to develop a way of rehabilitating and encouraging young people to their fullest potential so they can be a part of our communities, not taken out of them. And most of us in here who consider ourselves adults, we need to be accountable for the system of inequality and racial disproportionality that we have handed down to our young people. That is our fault, and it's our duty to repair it. Our adult criminal legal system needs changes as well. The city of Seattle would benefit from reduction and prosecution of quality of life crimes. We cannot prosecute people for being poor. Expanding access to pretrial services, and ensuring that people do not have to become court involved, get the human services that set them on the right foot to succeed. Let's not forget the times that we live in. We have to stand for and with our immigrant and refugee families in a real and meaningful way. Has been mostly word and not deed. I was at the airport when SPD was macing and attacking not protesters, we were protectors. We were ensuring that we held to the commitment that Seattle made for immigrant and refugee families. One of the hardest decisions I've ever made. It is not a choice I make lightly, and I'm moved by everything that people have said to me thus far. I'm moved by your presence here, and I ask you to hold me accountable. I ask you to challenge me when I'm not transparent, and if you have to, publicly call me out, because that is the right thing to do. I know that now is the time our city has to change, because if it doesn't, most of us in this room will not be able to live in this city anymore. We will be pushed out. And as if that is not reality enough, we are living in a dark time. It's not a new darkness, though. We have been here before, and those of us who come from historically and presently oppressed groups know what this is like. But what gives me hope is many of you are now awakened to the reality, the implications of the administration we're living under. That black, brown, and cash poor people, we might be the canaries in the coal mine, but reality is, ultimately, we will all suffer. Hope is being able to see the light despite all of the darkness. In Seattle, y'all are showing me light, that we are a beacon of light in an incredibly dark time, a light which can inspire and encourage cities across the nation to rise up and resist, to divest from DACA. We started that. We were that. And I gotta thank all of us who are Native families, let us for respect for the land. But we also have to build. It's not enough to resist, because that's just survival. It's time that we thrive, and I believe that this city can thrive under any administration when we share our collective power. We need to get to a point where we're a community that refuses to accept gentrification, refuses to accept policing and incarceration as inevitabilities. When a community is healthy, truly healthy, you do not have to over-police them. Accountability and policing are not the same. We have an incredible opportunity to make transformational change. I was at Brian Stevens' talk on Wednesday nights. Give it up for Brian Stevenson. He said something that moved me. He said, Seattle is a booming city and by conventional standards incredibly successful. But Seattle will not be judged by its rapid development and massive gains in income. Rather, Seattle will be judged by our response to homelessness and the housing crisis. Seattle will be judged by how we choose to bridge the gap, the growing opportunity gap and the gap between the cash wealthy and the cash poor. Seattle will be judged how we hold corporations accountable and expect them to have right business practices. Seattle will be judged by how we treat the most vulnerable among us and the marginalized. That is the standard that ultimately we will be judged by. But how to make Seattle healthier and more equitable and more accessible for everyone is not an uncertainty, because there is a way. We can be a truly progressive city, both in word and deed. We just have to have the courage to take it there. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna get a little hip hop with y'all for a second. When I say whose city, y'all say ours. Whose city? Ours. Whose city? Ours. When I say whose city, y'all say ours. Whose city? Ours. Whose city? Ours. Whose city? Ours. Whose city? Ours. Seattle, this is our city. Thank you. Please vote for me for mayor. I would love to be mayor.
House parties in this city, y'all. And we're at about 60. So if you would like to throw a house party, you want to throw a house party. Who else want to throw a house party? All these folks want to throw a house party. You can sign up in the back to be that person to host a house party. All right? Who wants to go to the house party? All right. Fantastic. Bring some chips for me, because I'll be there too, all right? Well, we can't think of a better way to celebrate